Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. We're talking with an amazing interior designer today. And not only does she handle her home base, but she travels all over the place. She's like the woman in demand when it comes to all of these great designs. We're going to look at some of them today and go a little bit deeper into the process, the thought behind them. Laura Sullivan joins us on the program. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming back here. I love looking at these projects. I have them on the screen over there. That's why I'm looking to that side. But you're based in the Vegas area. Your company, My Favorite Design, but you're going all over the place. Typically, yes. Do you physically travel? Number one, and number two, does it start with a Zoom? Prior? Do you work with the client that way? What's the process when somebody's not in the Vegas area?
Well, we start with an initial phone call, and what takes us to different states, and we've seen more and more of that in this, especially in the last several years. Some of them are for past clients. Our clients here in Las Vegas, they might have a vacation home in a different state, and then we've been asked to come over and take care of that for them. Sometimes it's complete strangers. They find us, they look on our website, our house website, or myfavoritedesign.net, our Instagram page. They see our projects. They get a little inspired. It starts with an initial phone call, and then we take it from there. So it's not necessarily someone that we've known for a long time, but I would say that the majority of our last several projects have been just that, for people that we've done several homes for. We finished their home here in Las Vegas, and then we're seeing a lot of people come from California to Las Vegas and vice versa. And a lot of the people from Las Vegas are moving to different states. In the past year, I've had several clients that one in particular moved to Tennessee. Starting her business there. She has a home that we've done for her in Los Angeles, several homes here in Las Vegas, and then she asked us to come out to Tennessee to do a beautiful rustic farmhouse chic, is what I would call it, home in Tennessee. So that was exciting. Wow. So we do travel, and we don't necessarily have to know the people that we're traveling with, because we are a one-stop shop, and we'll do everything in-house here in Las Vegas. I'll make all the arrangements, do the shopping and the prior arrangements, and then we fly to the home. And sometimes we'll see it for the first time. I just got back from Utah last week.
So how about, let's go to California. Yeah, I know you've done a really cool project on your website for California. What's this one called?
This is in Palos Verdes Estates, which is a gorgeous spot in California. It's on a hilltop about 15 minutes from the beautiful Southern California beaches. And it's just a lovely area. It's a really kind of a unknown gem, a little pocket, and it's just gorgeous. So the homes there were built in the 1920s. And so that's very specific in the style. They have a lot of requirements. And so when we do an out-of-state project, such as something in California, we don't do any remodel out of state. We only do decorating, and whether it's wallpaper and furniture, accessories, we put the home on the interior together for the clients. But we don't knock down walls and do any remodeling outside of Las Vegas.
Gotcha. Okay. But can you direct somebody on that? For example, would you say you could be in California and say, this is not a load-bearing wall. Might want to get rid of it to open things up, and then they would take care of it.
Absolutely. Yes, we could definitely do that. But I like to take the people that we've worked with. We've been in business for 17 years, and I don't veer from them. So if I need to do interior painting or wallpaper installation, drapery installation, I will actually fly my people out to that state.
Oh, wow.
So there's only been a few times that we've gone to like a local person for their assistance, and that's just because of maybe it's a time restraint or it didn't coordinate with what we needed at the time. But usually I've got plenty of advance notice, and I take my people out with us. So we go as a team and we get it done very quickly.
So this project in California, what was the what was the goal, the end goal? What were they looking for?
Just to enhance what was, it was remodeled during COVID and then sold very quickly thereafter. And they did a beautiful job. The homeowner did a really lovely job in remodeling the kitchen and the bathrooms. So really, we just had to enhance what was already there. So bringing in the furniture, it's just kind of a coastal, relaxed vibe. Some of the pictures on the website, I'm actually going out there next week to take some professional photographs again of that particular home, because we've kind of evolved. It was a quick fix for the homeowner at the time. Just their suggestion was, could we just bring in some furniture, make it comfortable for us, and then let's think about what it is we want to permanently add. And so a lot of the furniture was sourced locally, like through Pottery Barn and big box stores that we can get furniture items quickly. But they had some really pretty wallpaper. So from Serene and Lily, it's very coastally. Their color scheme was, they have a beautiful yellow door in the front, and inside it's lovely. It's all blue and white. So it's just very nice, serene, pretty relaxed. It's just a cute little house. I mean,
It really is. Yeah, it's not huge, but it's there's a certain element of charm with this house. And I haven't, my finger's not on it yet, but I look at it and even just from the outside in, unique fence, almost like a farmhousey feel, but it's not a farmhouse. But yeah, just overall, it's just a nice vibe inside there. And you picked up, the yellow door, but it also translates, yellow seems to be their jam. I mean, that wallpaper has yellow. You picked it up in some pillows, right?
yeah, and just pick it up on with some furniture and some, blankets. But we did everything turnkey, and that was a fun project because we sourced everything out before we got there. And our delivery guys transported everything from Las Vegas, actually. We didn't get anything delivered there locally. We actually purchased everything here. I had a moving company follow me out, and we literally put the house together in about, we started at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we were completely furnished, artwork up, furniture in place, rugs down, beds made, towels in the, bathrooms, and turnkey. By 3:30 we were done.
I'll give you my address.
Yeah, I'd love to. That's really fun. I mean,
Oh,
I think it's exciting and it's fun, and people think we're absolutely nuts for doing things so quickly, but I think what they don't see is all the hard work that goes in ahead of time. It's really important to be organized, and we are like ultra organized. We have everything
totally.
out ahead of time.
Totally. Shame on those people that say, "Well, I was only there for 6 hours." Okay, look at an NBA game. The game. How long does that last? And what went into the player and the practicing and the everything? We're talking years. It could even be for that one playoff game. Um,
Yeah.
in the backyard. And just final questions on this project, and then we're going to hit up another one. I'm loving the table, which is gray, but it's like a half circle, a half round. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a sculpture. It almost looks like, but it's a very functional table.
It's actually a fire pit. So what
Oh,
you don't,
wait, let me see
yeah,
that.
it's a fire pit. So it's
All right, how does that work as a fire pit? Because there's this white thing on top of it that looks like another sculpture, almost like a interesting looking shell, but a big shell.
Yeah,
What's going
so
on?
you can just take that off, and it's a propane tank that we have hidden. So it's really just it's not a gas fireplace. It's just decorative, and it was pretty. And we just try to find elements. We don't need a lot. This house isn't particularly large. It has everything that the client needs. And so you have to be very selective in what goes into the home. And the important thing to keep in mind is, like, pick a color that you love. Maybe it's an accent color, and stick and go with that throughout the house, because that's what makes it consistent. So in this particular house, we added some really beautiful draperies and shades and things that it needed because it didn't have. The wallpaper was there, it was fantastic. The flooring was there, it was done prior to us arriving. The paint was very nice and neutral. So all we had to do was just add to it, just so our primary color, believe it or not, is white, and then we just added some blues and touches of yellow. And
Mm.
consistent, it's nice,
Well,
and it's all the way. It's from the second you walk into the backyard,
this
and
is
that's
like we're going to call this learn from Laura. Learn from Laura. So this, I mean, that's one of your secret sauce tips. Keep a common theme color going through, and obviously yellow. It's amazing how gray and yellow look really great together. There's some combinations that just, at least me personally, I want to ask you while we're outside in this California project, outdoor rug.
Mhm.
I've had them before. I struggle with the durability, keeping them clean. A couple of years into an outdoor rug, and maybe I don't know if there's a shelf life on them, but I was out there scrubbing the rug, hopefully getting it a little cleaner looking. What's the expectation? What's your thoughts on them?
So, the lady that I have that does all of our construction clean, so she does when we finish a remodeling a home, we always have the home cleaned professionally before we move any of the pretty stuff in. And her secret weapon is Dawn soap, equal parts with water and white vinegar. So that's what she adds,
Mm.
and she cleans windows with that. And newspapers for the rugs. If it's all white, you add a little borax to it in your mix, and that really brings out it revives everything. Like if you were throwing white towels in the wash, for example, if you put a little borax with your detergent, it really comes out fluffy and extra white. So that's
Mm.
the secret. That's what we use.
Cool. And I got to believe the vinegar is something that would take care of any kind of mold that's on your rug. Because I don't know. I don't know if anybody's not had a mold situation. Good for you. Congratulations. But it's minimal, but it's there and it changes the color. And even the rug that I'm referring to outdoor, um, it's blocked a little bit by some shade, but it's still, gets a decent amount of sunlight, but still you're going to have mold on it.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to just it's really difficult to keep up with outdoor products because just the elements itself. For like the Palos Verdes house example, and it's very misty in the mornings there and in the evenings. And so all the furniture we had covered in white upholstered pieces, and that's outdoor graded. But we did have a little bit of an issue there for a while, and the homeowner said, gosh, I noticed a little bit of mold happening, and we had them take off the covers and then wash it with what I just suggested, and it came back to life. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Shall we travel to Nashville?
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this project, tell everybody what we're digging into right now.
So the client that I was referring to before, she is moving part of her business to Nashville. She's in the music industry, and which was interesting. I had never been to Nashville before, neither had Jordan. Jordan is our social media director, and she and I looked at this brand new, almost 6,000 square foot home, and it just was. It's black. Number one, it's black on the exterior, which is odd. You don't really see that in Tennessee, but what we discovered is the client sent us photographs of the home that she had just had built. And the builder is kind of prominent out there. And you have these gorgeous Tennessee, very old fashioned Georgian style homes, things that you would see like, Graceland, right? Pillars out front and brick. And then all of a sudden you have these modern farmhouses popping up all over. And it's the same builder, and it's either a white combination exterior or it's a black home.
Hmm.
And so we had never been to Tennessee. So what we did was we looked at the photographs that the client sent, the layout of the home. It was just the interior was just a blank slate. It was just white, no personality, nothing. So Jordan and I flew out there to take a good look at, just to walk the property, get a good sense of what it was. When we came back, we decided, the best thing to do for that pop some personality there is wallpaper. Wallpaper it transforms a space. We don't need to paint. We bring our wallpaper installer with us, which we did. And it's sensational. We a shout out to Tebow, that's our wallpaper company that we really predominantly highlighted in this particular home, because they have all sorts of wallpaper. It's very casual to glamorous. These people had a piano room, which one of their clients, I don't know if I could say her name, but she's pretty famous in the country world, and she's friends with the client. So the client wanted a special piano room for this one client. And she says, all it's going to have is a piano in there for her to just come, and we can, sit around the piano and sing. And I may not be highlighted in the actual photographs, but it's just a white piano room. And we did this really glamorous, swanky wallpaper for that particular room. And then the rest of it is just, a modern farmhouse. The laundry room has peacocks of all things. It's a gray and kind of muted, very, very bold wallpaper in the mud room to kind of match the built-ins that she had. The bedrooms have, more subdued. Maybe it's a grass cloth. The upstairs is in the hallway. We had, white and gray large stripes, which people don't usually put on their walls, or they're afraid to use large patterns. But it's such a big house that it was fun. And the client was great. She gave us the freedom to do basically whatever we wanted to. We did meet with her in person and show her the wallpapers and say, this is what we're thinking. These are the drapes that we're going to make ahead of time. This is the furniture we're going to purchase. And we literally did it. We went back to Tennessee, stayed at the house, put up our vendors at a hotel, and we cranked that project out. It was fun. We did it in 4 days, but we could have come home a day earlier, because when you're doing the work and the clients aren't living there, it goes super fast. It just flies.
It is the wallpaper's a thing now. And I believe in one picture, was the piano black? I thought you said white. I'm not sure.
Oh, the piano's black, but the room is like cathedral ceilings, and the white wallpaper had glass on it, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's really beautiful in person. And the pictures sometimes don't do it justice, because it is kind of a wow factor. So that was
Yeah,
fun. It was really fun.
I'm looking at it now. And the focus is not on the room, it's on the wallpaper, so it's a closer shot. But
Mhm.
it's best description, kind of swirly, but just
Yeah.
very it's not in your face. There is some wallpaper that could be a little bit more in your face, but what an interesting selection. Let me go back to that picture right now. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure if this is a bedroom or what, but it's very gray, dark gray, pops of like a beigey kind of goldy color. Very flowery. What is that? And where is that?
Yeah, that's the mud room. So everybody comes in through the garage in Tennessee, and they had some built-ins, and it's actually up close. It is a Tebow product, and it's peacocks. If you look at the pattern closely, they're actually
Ah,
peacocks. They're camouflaged, but they're really beautiful. And I think part of that is that we had just finished our California house to tie this in. And we had noticed all the peacocks running around in the backyard in California. And we thought, oh God, those are beautiful, And when we saw this
wow.
wallpaper, we just thought, well, no one really can make it out, but we like the colors. That was kind of a bold step for our client, because she really doesn't, it's not her comfort. A lot of the clients that we have that are, if they're accountants or they're bankers,
Think we may have lost her video. Oh, there you're back. You paused, you froze for a moment. Yeah. So
okay.
accountants, bankers,
Yeah,
they're
they tend to be more conservative and not really want to take a risk on color or patterns. And so this client is she's a businesswoman, and so we're like, listen, let's just do something fun and out of your comfort zone just for the mudroom. So she allowed us to she gave us a lot of liberty on the home, which was fantastic. And we were able to do draperies and furniture, and then we just went above and beyond, because, she was so generous with us, and just allowing us to stay at the house so that we could work day and night to get it done. Jordan and I went out and did a little extra shopping to just zhuzh up the backyard. She has a screen porch, which was fun, something that we don't usually get to do. And so we just added, we touched every single room in that house. And so when they came home, the beds were made, the towels were ready to go in the bathrooms. We even, helped with the purchasing of dishes and bowls
Oh,
and
wow. Wow.
yeah,
You had full service. Talk about
full service.
one
Yeah.
stop shop, full service.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Out of all the projects you've done that I'm aware of, this one really takes wallpaper to a new level because I want to say, at least in these pictures, pretty much every room features pretty much, maybe not
Yeah.
all, wallpaper in some regards. But again, a lot of it is subtly stated. The peacock, that was different. And by the way, I appreciate that paper more in that you told me it's peacocks, because when you look at it on your screen, on a computer, you're not seeing the full effect. Maybe if I was in the room, I might have picked up on the peacocks.
Right.
But so much more cool knowing that that's what it is.
Yeah.
Really.
So, we kind of laughed with our representative because when you're doing design, there's always, you build relationships with different vendors. And we have a really nice relationship with our wallpaper companies because we always give them a shout out. Why not?
Sure.
It behind the scenes, like how they do this is incredible, how they design it, how they make it, how fabricate it. Vahalan is another wallpaper company that we work with often, and it's all done by hand. It's incredible. It's a work of art. And but this house, we really concentrated on the Tebow brand because of the variety. Each room could look so different. The bedrooms had to be a little bit more casual, and the common areas had to be something that would be attractive to a lot of different uses. They have a lot of company that comes over, so they didn't want anything like crazy, but they were, happy. They wanted it to flow and be comfortable for everybody. And so we joke with our vendor from Tebow that we were just gonna Tebow this house to death, So we did, and it was fun, It's just really I get excited at the end, and sometimes we don't get to see the client's reaction. Like the client wasn't there while we were doing it, so it's always fun to do that. But I would really like to be present when the client actually walks through the doors for the first
Sure.
time. I'm going to try to make that something that I really try to do, make sure I'm there when they are walking in for the first time, because we always
Yeah.
get really nice thank yous, but I want to see the reaction,
Yeah.
because
The reveal, that's half of it, especially for you to, feel what they're feeling. Moment left. I never focus on the negative. Don't ever need to, but I'm kind of curious along with the process. What was your biggest challenge in this Nashville job?
oh gosh, I I don't think we had a challenge, which was interesting because you would think we had done our homework, so we were really prepared. I think it would have been different had we not previously gone out, just a quick trip to
Okay.
just the property. Then I think it would have been super tough because that was very helpful. We took measurements, we took photographs, we looked at the area just in case, like what's our backup plan? Because we brought everything, we had everything shipped to the house. And then, obviously there's last minute runs so Jordan and I went out shopping, the last minute we had to figure out where are we going? We've never been to Nashville. So that was great, but I don't think there was any hiccups. Actually, you always encounter something on other projects, but on this particular one, I have to say it was pretty smooth, and it all had to do with the preparation in advance that we did.
I have to believe that it is so much better looking at the project, the home before you dig in, because you pick up on the energy. Everything to me is energy. So you go there and you get a certain vibe for it, where it's located. I mean, again, you might have drove down the street and saw a crow, a peacock, or whatever, and maybe that's native to that area. It's like, you know what? I saw peacock wallpaper. That might work, and kind of ties the whole synergy together. Super cool. Thanks for taking us on this journey. It was really interesting
We'd love to travel, and we'd love to help anyone that's not in our state. We're not afraid, and we're very prepared and capable of doing it. So by all means, look us up.
So how do we find you? How do we start that process?
So Instagram is a great source because a lot of people have access to that. It's very quick and easy just to take a quick peek at our projects. And that would be my favorite design .lv. Houzz is HOUZZ.com. And we have definitely our website there, and myfavoritedesign.net. But if somebody would like to reach out and email me or give me a call, by all means, feel free to do that. I'm happy to return your call or your email, and we can chat.
She'll arrive at 9 a.m., be done by 3 p.m. No, I'm just kidding. But not out of the scope with preparation, right? With preparation, yes. Anything is possible.
I'm going to New York. I'm going to New York in July, so you're next.
First I have to find a house. I'm searching as we speak. So yeah, but even where I am now, like I'll make that your pet project. Thank you so much for today. Appreciate it. And we'll talk soon again.
Thanks, Steve. Have a great day.
You too.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.